Hi guys, welcome back. Not that you want to be here because it's like a war zone, but just thought I'd do a quick catch up because I hadn't done a video in a week or so, just to give you an update if you're interested in what's going on in this terrible mess that I'm making. As you can see, the deck is slowly getting taken down and moved around, and all the wood's getting laid carefully amongst it all, because I don't want to have to waste energy getting a dumpster, as I've said before. So it's all just going to get put underneath the new deck. But while I was doing it, I'm having to move the habitats here. You can see there's a gap there, so I'm relocating them all and just making them safe for the winter, but in a way that allows me to access taking the rest of the deck down, or this top bit at least. And while I was moving the big monster one, the 5,000 or 4,000 hole one, up the top of the garden, I found myself a new moth I've never seen before. It likes rough grasses, so I think my garden qualifies as a rough grassy area. It's so well hidden, I only saw it because it was in front of my face when I leant the habitat, this one here, against the shed. So if I just see how well it's growing up here, by the way, while I'm here, so that rain's really been good. If I just turn around and show you the kind of shed, which it's been treated before, but it's all kind of worn in different colours, and the treatment's rubbing off over the years. So it's really good camouflage for this moth, which I don't know if you can see. Some eagle-eyed people might have already seen it. It's in the frame now. But it blended in perfectly with the shed. So I'll just take you a bit closer. You can see it now. This is a treble bar, which I've never seen before, and it's a geometer moth. I think there are about 12,000 geometer moths in the world, so it's not a small species. If you do see a moth like this with its wings horizontal, as in open, I guess, and it's got kind of a slender body in relation to the size of its wings, disproportional, then the chances are that it could be a geometer moth, and there are, like I say, thousands of them. But isn't this guy gorgeous? He's about 1 inch high. Trying to get a good angle on him so the light, it's very white. I mean, look how perfectly he's camouflaged there with the white on the shed. Just goes to show you a single colour doesn't help to attract wildlife. It's all about giving them the habitat where they can comfortably kind of live, and this worn out shed is the perfect place for this. I'll drop in the corner a macro shot of him so you can see the silk on his feathers and stuff, but it's quite a pretty little guy. There you go, it's kind of a good shot, so we can get a little bit closer. Going to go out of focus now. Oh, there we go, perfect. Yeah, isn't he beautiful? He's got brown and yellow on him as well, but if you were a bird, you'd have trouble spotting him against that background. He's got a very pointed nose as well, which is another telltale sign, I guess, for this particular variety. But geometer moths are one of the biggest group of moths. So there you go. I couldn't resist showing you him because he was gorgeous. Now, like I said, I've never seen him before. So this habitat here, while it's cold, that's another point actually. Really good idea to see moths is when you've had normal warm weather and then it goes cold for a day, like it has today, and overcast. The moths just want to sit there, and butterflies again, if you can find a butterfly at rest. But moths in particular just want to hide and sit kind of still against a background where they're relatively safe, like he's just done there. And I have in the past. If I take you up here, I don't think we'll see any today, but there's a big huge pine tree up there, and I've seen, they weren't, I think I put the video on that they were pine processionary moths, but they weren't. I think it was a tussid moth or something like that, I can't remember now, but he was a beautiful, if you look back over my videos, beautiful white fluffy moth, really stunning. and he was against these fences, and I've seen them on this shed as well before. And places like this, shady kind of sheltered spots, are perfect for moths. So if you want to go out on a cooler day, you'll be able to no doubt find some and have the opportunity to film them and look at them up closely, because they are kind of cold and they don't want to fly. I imagine one of the reasons would be that when it's cold they can't fly so fast, their muscles aren't as warm and work as fast, so they're probably more at risk of getting predated as well. And if you can see under there, you probably can't see it, there's a big hole in that composter where the rats have chewed through it, or I guess they're rats, or mice, and they've emptied out loads of the compost. Not the end of the world, but they will find a way to get in them, and probably giving them a high-rise kind of place to get up and work on that probably wasn't a good idea, but hey ho, it seems to be working fine, apart, albeit they're going in and eating loads of the fruit and veg. You can see here I'm moving the pots ready as well. The only trouble with trying to be environmentally friendly when you're doing construction and moving stuff about rather than just burning it or getting rid of it, is that you have to work around it, and I'm having to move earth into here and then move the deck over there and then move that bit there so I can work there. So it's all a bit of a jigsaw puzzle really, but it's slowly coming together, and there'll basically be a long wall along here, a brick wall which then comes up here, backfilled with all the earth that I dig out, and then a wooden deck over the top of this level here, not this bit that's coming out. I've just got one more to move, but that guy has been in there for years and he's screwed into that post, and consequently the screws have rusted and I can't get them out, so that's another story. And then there's just the bottom one to move, and then we're good to go. So it's, you know, when you're working around wildlife, you do have to be careful, especially me. I mean, every time I move a bit of wood, I take the spiders off, I take the wood lice off, I make sure that there's, you know, nothing's going to get harmed from nails sticking up. I've just seen a couple of nails there which I need to do, because I don't want to kill anything. Why would you want to kill anything if you can avoid it? So yeah, it's a longer process for me, and it's kind of enjoyable because of it, because you have to plan it out and that, and I'm doing it on my own. I might even attempt the brick wall on my own. I've done brickwork before, but not a great deal, and I'm not particularly good at it. Well, actually I'm very good at it, I'm just the slowest bricklayer in the world. It comes out fine, but boy does it take me a long time. So yeah, I thought you'd like that moth. He was gorgeous, and I've never seen one before, so that's another tick in the box. I'm going to go on irecord.com in a minute, which is, as I've said before, the place you should all be using if you want science to help you with wildlife and getting us back to where we used to be. Then knowing what we've got and where we need to start from is the only way to do it. And iRecord is a place you can record any images of any plants or fauna as well on there. And if you're not sure what it is, you can still submit a picture and moderators will come on and tell you what in fact you've got. So it's a great place to learn too. And if you've got something like this treble bar, I'm going to record that on iRecord, and then, so please go on, you'll be able to see it. If you put that species in, you'll be able to see the latest recordings. I'll put it in, and then I'll see where else it's been in the country, which is another really good thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We're almost there to 1,000 subs, then we've got to work on the views, and then we can start saving a couple of acres a year again. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.
Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing